What's up, guys? Aaron from Aaron's Reviews and More. And today we're going to be reviewing some Stokers Straight. Now, I haven't had this in a long time. I think I have had one can, and it would have been about 4 years ago. I recently got this because from where I get my dip, a tub of Stokers is the same price as logs. So I'm getting double the dip, the same price. So as a Canadian, you can't go wrong with that. So I did try some of it just because during shipping, had a little accident. There was a crack in the bottom that during shipping. Luckily, no dip leaked out, and duct tape is holding it together for now. So yeah, this is the front of their tubs, and it says the date code is A30, so that means it's good till, or A35, sorry, so that means 2025 January 30th is when it expires. So I would get into the packaging more, but as you can see, it's kind of dented up. But we can open it up, and inside they have pocket cans, which I think is just awesome. This stuff you could literally dip out of the tub though. Like, you can. I forgot how good of a cut it is. It's amazing. Anyways, we'll get into that stuff as we go. So I'm going to put this pocket can down for now. Actually, I'm going to pause this. Be back in a moment. All right, so we're back. So, taking a look at the pocket can, it is a plastic can. It feels and looks smaller than a regular can, but if you do a side by side, I think it's just because it doesn't have a boxed rim like a regular dip can, and the lid, and it's just a thinner material. So I'm assuming it's very close to regular size dip can. It doesn't appear to come off easily, which is good if you're going to be using these pocket cans. And yeah, so let's get into the review. So the one thing I noticed right off the bat about the smell is the smell. It doesn't smell as sweet as other straights. It has more of a natural smell to it, and I think that goes hand in hand with the fact that there's not this smokiness aspect to it that I'm used to from Copenhagen. It's not even the same as Gold Straight. It's on its own. So let's take a look at the pinchability. So this is just like straight out of the tub. Like, I just grabbed a random area. It's balling up quite a bit, which means that but like, that's just 2 fingers. Like, take a look at how long that cut is. Like, you cannot. If you can't pinch this and hold this together in your mouth, you shouldn't be dipping. You shouldn't be dipping. It's incredible. So, I'm just going to pinch out of this tub for this review. I'll probably pack the pocket cans for work, but at home, this is going to work just fine. So, let's try her out. All right. So, right off the top, another pro for Stokers, for me, way softer on the gums. Everybody who dips knows they have to keep their gums in check, or you'll get recession. I always try to, I have 4 spots that I move around regularly. And I have a routine to make sure that I don't overwork one area. So, this is my after work spot. I know. I have a spot in my mouth for after work dipping. Then after supper, I have it usually farther back here, actually. Then at work, I dip on this side. And then if I want to dip it here after work and I notice some tenderness, I move it back here. Because when I first started dipping, this is the only spot I used. This part of my mouth has had the most dips in it. I didn't start transitioning until after a little while dipping. So it's so much softer. Yeah. Next is the taste. So it's always described as a really sweet, straight. It is sweet. The flavor is sweet, but it's also a lot milder, I think, in a good way. It doesn't have any smokiness to it. It doesn't have that, I would say, regular Skoal straight kind of flavor profile. It's almost like if you took 90% straight, let's say you took a Copenhagen straight, got rid of the smokiness, and added like 10% natural to it. Because you can taste some salt in there too. Part of the sweetness is there's a bit of saltiness in it too. There's also, it tastes farther away from the root beer-esque and closer to the black licorice-esque, in my opinion. Now, some people may not agree with me on that, but that's just my take. It's really good. For those of you that are heavy dippers, I wouldn't consider myself a heavy dipper. I dip 3 to 4 times a day. That's it. So a can last me 2 days, usually 2.5. The nicotine is lower. For me, that's actually a positive, because I've never had a very good nicotine tolerance. Even if I dip like Copenhagen straight, my regular dip, and I dip it on an empty stomach, I will start to feel a little nauseous if I keep it in for longer than half an hour. But this, I find I can keep it in longer, and which makes me dip less too, because a lot of times at nighttime, it'll be like you get your nicotine and then you take it out and you lose it. And with this, I find I can leave it in for almost 45 minutes, if not an hour sometimes, and it lasts after, because it's been able to stay in longer, you know what I mean? So it's a plus for me on that, because it's always better to lower your tolerance than it is to increase it, because you can't go anywhere from there. It does spit a lot darker. I did notice that it does stain a lot darker. If you notice, kind of, if anybody's had Timberwolf Peach and how that has that dark staining ability of the tobacco. This has that too. They're different companies, obviously. This is its own company. It's National Tobacco, I believe. I'm not quite sure. It does not say, but I believe I saw on Suit and Tie Dip and Shoe Guy that was National Tobacco. So, yeah, there is really no negatives that I can think of at the moment. If you like straight dip, this is definitely worth it trying. There's no reason not to, unless you have a really high nicotine tolerance and this won't cut it for you. Like I said, I can get a tub for the same price as a log. And so this last order I ordered, my typical order used to be 6 logs every 2 to 3 months, probably about 2 months, and I would get 4 Copenhagen straight and 2 Skull straight. This last one I got this plus 3 Copenhagen straight and 2 Skull straight for the same price, and I got 5 extra cans. My next order, my plan is to probably do 4 of these and 1 log of Cope and 1 Skull, just so I have something to mix up. Now, yeah, straights, mixing it up with straights, big change up. I get it, but it is nice to have a little bit of a different taste every once in a while. So, yeah, that's my review of Stokers Straight. I know why Suit and Tie, it's his favorite. It's just awesome. So if you're on a budget and you're one of those guys from Canada that gets their dip through a secondary source, see if you can get tubs at the same price as your logs. It'll cut your dip costs in half. So yeah, for you Americans out there, I'm excited for the upcoming election. Me and my son are going to watch it as late as we can on a school night, and hopefully, you know, the Republicans win and the US starts to get normal again, and hopefully that trickle down economics, or I guess trickle up economics, hits Canada and things start to cost less and all that fun stuff. So this is Aaron's Reviews and More, reviewing Stokers Straight, Longcut, very long cut. And yeah, hope you enjoyed my video. I don't have a lot to review coming up. I do have some new cans that I can review there, and maybe some Coke snuff. I don't want to buy it if it comes in a bag though, from Canada, for the review, but we'll see. I'll try to keep uploading content. So yeah, Aaron's Reviews and More. Hope you're having a good one. See ya.